So a couple people have asked me how I built my Wi-Fi hog trap. I'm sitting on 250 acres and obviously I can't get Wi-Fi out here, but I have a cellular modem and it has Wi-Fi built into it. So basically, I'm going to start at the bottom, and some of this is overkill. You may not need, some of like the 100 amp hour lithium battery that I have in here, but I didn't feel like having to mess with it for a few years. I bought one from Academy that was just a marine battery, 100 amp hour marine battery, and it lasted me, heck, 5 years, 4 years, 5 years out here. And I'm still actually using it on a different trap, but I just built this one recently and I wanted to kind of explain it. So obviously in the bottom we have a lithium 100 amp hour battery. It is wired to a charging controller up here, which is also connected to I think that's a 100 watt solar panel. From that USB on the bottom of that charge controller, it goes over here to an inching relay. All this stuff here you can get off Amazon, by the way, and I'll put some links in the description down below. So if you want to go look for them yourself, you're welcome to. So this is just a single channel inching relay that's powered by a USB 5 volt, I guess is what they call it. And it's active all the time. It has built-in Wi-Fi. Now, the IR302 in-hand modem is what I use. I have a SIM card that I get through like one of these third parties on Amazon. I pay $10 a month for about 2 to 3 gigs of data. And I can promise you that I've never used even hardly a fourth of that. Basically what I have here is just a bus bar for my hots and a bus bar over here for my grounds. The gray cables that you see, I actually took a old oven cord that plugged into the wall, and I used, we were going to trash it or scrap it, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to cut it up and use it for my patches going across from the battery. And but basically I have my battery and my solar panel connected to the charge controller, but I have a relay over here, a start relay. It's actually for like a lawnmower, so a riding lawnmower. I have it wired direct to the battery through the bus bar. I don't have it going through the connections leading out of the charge controller. I didn't want that much draw because the piece of equipment that I use, which I'm about to show you, is oh, by the way, this is my drop door. It's 5 feet wide, and I built it recently out of all treated lumber, and so hopefully it'll last me a little while. I just kind of have it rigged up with a steel cable looped through, and I'll show you how it works here in a moment. This is actually a trunk release you can get off of Amazon for cheap. I think it goes to a Hyundai, but it doesn't really matter as long as you have something kind of solid. It's got the metal tabs on the side that I screwed in with pretty good size screws. And I have this hard wire going into this little box here. And inside this box, I have a shaved door popper. You can get them for about 35 bucks on Amazon. and I doubled up my wire going back to the battery just for giggles, you know, because this thing pulls about 60 to 80 amps, I think. So, and of course it's only on for maybe 2 seconds, but I just doubled it up in case I didn't want any issues. But see, this hard wire goes through here over to the trunk release. So I bought these little boxes. I get them for cheap at Harbor Freight. They work good for outdoors, you know, having something to put some things in case they don't get wet or whatever. And of course I use some little entrance stuff for my cable going back to my it's a Pelican style box. I got it at an auction. I paid about 30 bucks for it. I think they go for about 100 or more brand new, but for what I was going to use it for, and I was going to drill some holes in it. Those are my cables going out to my solar panel, and I just kind of have it facing in a southerly direction, and I never have any issues with my battery not having enough voltage. The stuff that I have in here really doesn't draw a whole lot. I don't think that in-hand cellular modem draws a whole lot, but it's running on solar most of the day, at least in the summertime. So it's really not sucking on the battery, just except at night, and it's not much. So I'm not all that techie where I can go figure out how many amp hours I'm drawing, but I'm sure it's in the documentation for the modem, but it ain't much. So as you can see, I've been messing out here with it, and I'm still sitting at 13.4 volts. Trying to get a few close-ups. I've got a couple these are the antennas that came with the in-hand. Of course, you know, they're sitting on plastic. They have some magnet on them, but I just stuck them up here for now. I've actually got some bigger, better antennas than I was going to put on it. I just haven't done it yet because actually it's working pretty well right now. So I'm going to show you how this thing goes in action. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I have a Reolink Wi-Fi camera. Get it on Amazon, you guessed it. And it's got a card in it for storing video. If you get the ones in, okay, if you're in a bad area for cellular and you have the type that upload video to the cloud, don't get it. Because what I learned is when that thing starts recording and it's trying to upload to the cloud, at the same time you're trying to get in it to see what the heck is in your hog trap so you can drop the door, you'll have a hell of a time getting in. So I prefer the type that store the video locally and don't upload to the cloud. That's just what I prefer. But most Wi-Fi cameras will work, except I will tell you with this in hand, I had trouble with Arlo. Arlo did not want to sync up with that stupid thing, and I don't know what you know, they only run on 2.4 gig, and I'm not sure it was able to pick up a channel off of that. Reolink didn't have any trouble at all. So just remember, Arlo, it ain't gonna work very well with that in hand, just so you know. So basically, I'll try to show you with my phone, my other phone. I'm actually recording this on a different phone. My inching relay switch, let me see if I can get in here, is, like I said, tied to the Wi-Fi, and all I gotta do is tap that, and I've got it set to only go for 2 seconds. So let's see what she does when I hit it. Boom. And that was it. So that's how you set up a cellular Wi-Fi hog trap. You know, I know people have been using the ones with the phone that you call to drop the trap, but I figure if I'm going to have to pay for some type of camera that uploads video pretty quick, so I know that there's something in here. I might as well just use a Wi-Fi, the same connection, but where you get the SIM cards is through a website. You get them on Amazon, obviously, but it's called EIOT Club, and I'll put a link in the description. It works just fine with this in hand. EIOT Club, the one that I have, it works with T-Mobile or AT&T. They have one for a little bit more a month, and it has 3 carriers that it can use. I believe Verizon will be the 3rd one, so don't quote me on that. I have really great AT&T signal out here, so I'm pretty lucky. So, you know, you just want to check your area before you order a SIM card to make sure what works best where you're at. So hopefully we'll catch us a hog tonight. He's been coming in here the last couple nights, but I needed to get out here and set it up a little bit more. I've been working on getting it set up, and I hadn't done it yet. You can see his freaking digging right there. Asshole. It's a lone boar out here right now in this trap, coming in every night. So hopefully we'll get him tonight, and I'll post video of it. Thanks, guys.